In 2016, Modi said blood water can't flow together. Indus Waters Treaty Abeyance is proof the ground rules have changed after the Pahalgam terrorist strike on Tuesday in which 26 Indian civilians were killed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took the drastic step on Wednesday to keep the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance, fulfilling the words he said 9 years ago that blood and water can't flow together at the same time. The step will directly impact Pakistani civilians and farmers in Punjab and Sindh areas. The view in the Indian camp is that if Pakistan sends terrorists to kill innocent Indian civilians, Pakistani civilians will also have to pay for such misadventures of their army. If Pakistani civilians suffer due to the misdeeds of their army, so be it. Let the Pakistani public question their army and their government, a source in the government told CNN News 18. Also read Pahalgam attack where are let's training camps in Pakistan, can India dismantle them? Exclusive soon after the URI attacks in 2016. PM Modi had said that blood and water can't flow together at the same time in a meeting with Water Ministry officials on the Indus Waters Treaty. The option to keep the treaty in abeyance was on the table both after the URI attack in 2016 and the Pulwama attack in 2019. But the Modi government did not undertake that option, as the view was that Pakistan civilians should not pay for the terrorism that Pakistan-backed terrorists had committed against India's security forces in URI or Pulwama. India, instead, did surgical ground and air strikes respectively against terror launchpads in Pakistan. The decision to stop all visas to Pakistanis and reduce embassy staff to a skeletal level will also hurt the interests of Pakistani civilians, with India sending a message to the Pakistani establishment. Nanan 1. Suspension of obligations. India, which announced the treaty's abeyance on April 23, 2025, following the Pahalgam terror attack, is no longer bound to allow unrestricted flow of the western rivers to Pakistan. Share flood data, project designs, or other technical information. Adhere to design and operational restrictions on dams and hydroelectric projects on the western rivers. Participate in bilateral consultations or inspections under the Permanent Indus Commission. Also read the scars of Pahalgam nightmares, anxiety, and guilt haunt survivors of the terror attack too. Impact on Pakistan. Pakistan, heavily dependent on the Indus system for 80% of its irrigated agriculture supporting 16 million hectares and 25% of its GDP, could face severe consequences. Reduced water flow from the western rivers could disrupt irrigation, lower crop yields, and exacerbate food insecurity, particularly in Punjab and Sindh. Lack of flood data could hinder Pakistan's ability to prepare for monsoon-related flooding. Pakistan's limited water storage capacity, e.g., Mangla and Tarbala dams hold only 10% of its annual share, amplifies the risk of water scarcity. 3. India's strategic leverage. As the upper riparian state, India gains greater control over the western rivers' flow. It can accelerate hydroelectric and storage projects, e.g., Pakal Dul, Ratal, Kairu without Pakistan's objections. Implement flood control measures or manipulate reservoir operations, potentially affecting Pakistan's sowing season. 4. Legal and international ramifications. The abeyance is not a formal withdrawal, so India may argue it's not breaching the treaty but suspending cooperation due to Pakistan's alleged support for terrorism. Pakistan may seek World Bank intervention or legal arbitration, though India's stance is that no country can expect peacetime benefits while undermining peace. Unilateral suspension could invite global scrutiny, as the IWT is seen as a model for water sharing agreements in other nations. China, Bangladesh sharing rivers with India may monitor the situation closely. 5. Domestic and regional effects. Swipe left for next video. In Pakistan, reduced water availability could fuel unrest among farmers and strain its economy, already facing challenges. In India, the move strengthens its strategic posture but requires infrastructure to utilize additional water, as it currently lacks sufficient storage capacity. Critics note that abrupt suspension without infrastructure could cause flooding in Jammu and Kashmir. Latest blogs.